This broadcast is presented under the legal ownership authority of Magnitude Sports. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this broadcast may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Magnitude Sports. Send it up to the broadcast booth for the pregame show right now on Magnitude Sports.
We're going to get going a little earlier than anticipated, maybe just a few minutes after we left you with the previous game with a win for Rapid City, an 11-5 win over Excelsior. The announcement made to move things up from 3:30 to 3 p.m. In fact, they had to, a couple of the umpires had left, and they had to let them know, hey, we're moving up the time of the game. And no complaints, I think, by anybody here. Both teams are ready. They've gotten did their round of infield earlier today, so they can get to things here a little bit earlier on. As this elimination game has Lincoln East Post 500, Carpet Land Rugs, the defending Central Plains Region champs, against Excelsior. Well, there you take a look. Excelsior Blue and Lincoln Post 500, just the tail of the tape there. Record-wise, Lincoln, of course. We get to the code of sportsmanship here, but Lincoln, of course, staying alive. A 6-0 win earlier today, eliminating Dubuque County of Iowa. And Excelsior had a 5-1 lead. After 4.5, saw Rapid City score 6 in the 5th. And able to come back and add 4 more in the 6th for an 11-5 win. We'll take a break, come back, chopped out to second. This may do it. McIntyre sets, on to first, and it's on to Shelby for Lincoln East.
Popped up. Can Oliver Luck send them to Shelby? They can! The Post 400 Stars will continue their season in North Carolina, and they will compete in the American Legion World Series.
The best teams, the biggest moments. Every game of the 2026 Central Plains Regional is live on Magnitude Sports.
The Rainbow Shop, a Parable Christian store, has life-giving gifts for every occasion. Gifts with meaning, gifts that change lives. Stop in and view their large selection of books, Bibles, jewelry, greeting cards, music and DVDs, home decor, and children's department. Many gifts to bring inspiration to family and loved ones. Call them 223-2422 and visit them online at bismarck.parable.com. For all your gift-giving needs, shop the Rainbow Shop, a Parable Christian store on South 7th Street in the Southridge Center Strip Mall, 1 block east of Kirkwood Mall in Bismarck.
American Legion Baseball. A winning tradition since 1925. Thousands of young athletes have participated, and countless lives have been changed.
And that was the fun part of summer ball and Legion was we just played. At that stage, I think everything's so pure. You're just wanting to play ball. I would 100% recommend it.
Legion Baseball is one of many programs of the American Legion, supporting our children, our military, and their families. Find out more about how we continue to serve America.
Magnitude Sports recognizes and thanks the following sponsors for supporting live coverage of the 2026 Central Plains Regional Legion Baseball Tournament. Buffalo Wild Wings, Dakota Fins and Feathers, Northview Church of Fargo, ID Chrysler and Collision Center. Thank you, sponsors.
Excelsior won the flip. They are the home team, as it'll be right-hander Joe Brophy on the mound here for Excelsior, as Brophy making his first appearance on the mound here in the Central Plains Tournament. As Lincoln East, Carpetland Rugs presents this batting order. Brody McIntyre will lead things off. He is at second base. Batting second will be the shortstop, Kalai Larson. Batting third in center field will be Dele Odolante. Batting fourth and catching will be Braden Erickson. Batting fifth will be the third baseman, Trevor Roach. Batting sixth, designated hitter Cade Anderson. He's the DH for the starting pitcher. That is Fisher Irons. Batting seventh will be the first baseman, Huxton Cott. Batting eighth will be the left fielder, Easton Lund. And batting ninth will be the right fielder, Sam Sutko. So there's your look at your lineup in batting order here for this one today, as it'll be for Excelsior. Brophy on the mound. Brody Schrupp is behind the plate. Around the infield, Jake Mustard is at third. Nolan Carr at shortstop. Adam Perry at second. Dominic Tenuzzo is at first base. Into the outfield, Nolan Bartz in left. Carter Storts in center. Alex Fernandez in right. Brody McIntyre will lead things off here for Carpetland. The Carpetland Rugs. A 6-0 win. 6 was the number in the bottom of the third inning. That 6-0 victory. McIntyre reached base 4 times, 3 walks, and a base hit. He had a double. As our first pitch will be at 2:57, and it is outside for ball 1. And again, not only on time, but even a couple of minutes early. In the 1-0 pitch, inside that one, clipped McIntyre, and he is on. And he will take first. That brings up Kalai Larson. Larson 1 for 3 earlier today. Braden Erickson knocked in 3 runs. Cott knocked in 1. That 6-run third inning. Lincoln East, the defending Central Plains champs, will have to take the no shortcut. Going to take the scenic tour to get back to Shelby. First pitch is low for a ball. It is 1-0. Brian Bohr is calling balls and strikes. The rest of the umpiring crew. Go to first and the runner back. Eric Guler's at first base. Andrew Fisher is at second. Tim Higgins is at third. Larson is 4 for 10 here in the Central Plains. 3 of those hits extra base hits with 2 doubles and a 3-base hit. He hits one high in the air to left, deep towards the corner. It is gone! They can say a home run or a double.
That's a double. Hit the yellow ball.
Nope, we're going to say 2 bases.
Yellow is a double? Yeah. It's got to clear it because it's still the outside part.
Okay, that's it cleared the outfield fence, but not the extended fence. It has to clear that extended fence, so it ends up being a double. So it's a 2-base hit. So not a home run, as there's that extended fence that kind of protects kind of the houses across the street, across the road, and balls from kind of landing over there. So it hit up. It did not. It cleared the regular wall, but not the extended wall in left field, and the umpires are talking that over. So initially we thought home run. It looks like it's going to be a 2-base hit instead. Either way, it's going to be Larson's 4th extra base hit of the tournament. Whether no, they're going to give him a home run. They talked it over, and it is a 2-run home run. So Larson adds a home run. Yes, he's now hit for the cycle in the tournament then. His 5th hit. And his first 2 runs batted in. So there you go. It is 2-0 Lincoln. So the 4 umpires talked it over, and now they will give the explanation. And again, it's kind of a unique ground rule here at the BNC National Bank Field here at Veterans Memorial Ballpark in Mandan. Randy Storts, the head coach, is getting the explanation on this.
Did it hit the top?
it got hit in the corner, and where we're located here, press box on the third base line, so if it gets kind of deep into that corner, it's tough for it to see, and the home run will stand. So it is a 2-run home run for Larson. 4 extra base hits in the tournament, and he has one of each. He's got a couple of singles, double, triple, and now a home run. Dele Odalate to the plate. Odalate 0 for 9, 2 walks, 3 runs scored. Strike 1 to him. Odalate is headed to play. A strikeout there is, there's one down. Here's the catcher, Braden Erickson. Erickson of the tournament. He's a solid job of the plate, 4 for 9 with 3 doubles and a home run. He's knocked in 7 as he pulls one foul for strike 1. So 0-1 the count. Lincoln East losing to Excelsior. Off-speed delivery from Brophy, a ball, and it is 1-1 the count. I've got my notes right. This is Brophy's first appearance on the mound here as get deep into the tournament. Game 4 here for Excelsior. Bounding ball foul, 1 ball, then 2 strikes. So Larson with 5 hits in the tournament, Erickson 4. The 1-2 off speed, that's hit to left, it hit a ton. If it clears that wall, it's 3-0. It's 3-0. Braden Erickson could take a lap. His second homer of the tournament and his 8th run batted in, 3-0. Much like Bartz's grand slam in the previous game, there was no doubt. The only question was it needed to clear that high fence, and it did without much difficulty. Here's Trevor Roach, third baseman. And it's ball 1. It's all or nothing here at Home Run Derby, and it's Roach 3 for 7 with a run scored. It was an old show in the 50s and 60s that was called the Home Run Derby, and if you didn't, it was either a home run or an out. Strike 1 and 1. It's on YouTube. Watch it after the game. You can look it up. 1-1. In the air to right center field. Long run. Fernandez diving. Can't get it. Ball gets by him. Backing it up is Storts. And there's a single for Roach. So Roach dropping a single just out of the reach of Fernandez in right. And that'll bring up Cade Anderson.
Stepping in the box, the designated hitter, number 21, Cade Anderson.
So Cade Anderson, 2 for 10 with a double in the tournament here in the Central Plains. Anderson was 1 for 3 earlier. And Roach leaving the field for now. I don't know if it's injury or.
So this will be a 10-minute blood break.
Okay, so there's some issues there. It looks like it's with one of the players for Excelsior. A little bit of blood somewhere, so.
Right fielder on that dive.
Okay, that's what it was. Okay, Fernandez on the dive, and it probably imagine a rug burn there, a turf burn of some sort on the dive, and it's warm on that turf and probably opened up something there with a cut, and they'll try and get that taken care of. So that's the case. So they're going to try and bandage up Fernandez, and it looks to be just fine. Out he comes racing out. Now they must have had something there to scooped up his glove there down the right field line, and off he goes. So must have had something there, just kind of bandaged him up. Looked like it was just above the elbow they were working on. As that will bring up Cade Anderson. Yeah, we signed off, and it was a few minutes after that the announcement was made. The game was moved up to 3 o'clock. Both teams and the Legion officials here, tournament officials, were good with that. They just had to go let some of the umpires know. Throw to first as lunging back, it hit the base runner Roach as he was making his short journey back to the bag. Tenuzo holding on with him. Brophy deals. Called strike, and it's 0-1. So the Rugs have jumped out early and I think trying to make a statement. Sure that one stung a little bit. Runner is going. Pitch was low for a ball. The throw bounces away from second baseman Perry, but Carr is there to back it up. And it is a stolen base for Roach, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Carpetland post 400 last year in that Central Plains Regional in Fargo. Very impressive and good production. A lot of familiar faces, Larson and McIntyre and Odalate among others. In the air to left center field, hit well. Stortz has it measured, fairly deep left center. He will make the catch for the out. The runner will stay put at second base. 2 down, that'll bring up Huxton Cott. 1 for 9 with a run batted in. He had that RBI going 1 for 3 with a single. He had 7 hits, pretty much most of the damage, and Santino Aranaga, returner from that squad that went to Shelby last year, 6 shutout innings, 11 strikeouts. And a strike, it is 0-1. Like changing speeds there. They might be sitting on first pitch fastball perhaps, just what they've seen here in the inning. 0-1. Elevated a fastball about letter high, swung on and missed. And it is 0-2. Rapid City with win number 52 in the season. They just spectators right now as they sit and wait to see who their opponent will be. And very familiar with Carpetland Rugs. They played them during regular season play. 0-2. Missed inside, 1-2 the count. And kind of see that with teams like Nebraska and the Dakotas, like Post 2, Fargo Post 2 had played Carpetland a couple of times in June when they ventured down to Nebraska for some in-season tournament play. 1-2. Knocked down there by Schrupp, good block, and it is now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Glad you're with us, and it's probably a little earlier start time. I imagine our audience will continue to grow as we venture along in the delivery. Right center field, into the gap, Stortz over, and a nice running catch out in right center field. Got a good break on that ball. He shaded the batter into left center, but a nice grab, and that will end the inning. But boy, that was a nice grab there. A couple of home runs in the top of the first, giving Carpetland Rugs a 3-0 lead. Excelsior coming to bat here in just a moment. Central Plains tournament continues.
This is on the warning track. Coming home is Hudson Sheldon, also from second, Ty Weiler. And that is a fly ball to center field. It's going to drop. He's going to have to make the throw quickly. Rounding third is Peyton Coppy, and they will not be in time. And the Mandan Chiefs walk off the Stars in the bottom of the 10th inning. That one hit up high and deep, and it might have the distance. And that one is caught at the fence. Holy cow. Wow, what a catch by Peyton Coffey. I thought for sure that was a 2-run homer.
So Irons, who has his second appearance here of this tournament, got a save in the win on Thursday for Lincoln. Post 500, and pitched to one batter and struck him out. Faces this Excelsior batting order. They come in at 24 wins, 24-6-1. Carter Stortz will lead things off in center field. Batting second will be the third baseman, Jake Mustard. Batting third will be the catcher, Brody Schrupp. Batting fourth at shortstop, Nolan Carr. Batting fifth will be the left fielder, Nolan Bartz. Batting sixth at second base, Adam Perry. Batting seventh at first base, Dominic Tenuzo. Batting eighth, Alex Fernandez, homered against Rapid City, and that moves him up one spot in the batting order to number 8. Joe Brophy will bat ninth and he is pitching here for Excelsior. So a third of an inning is all that Irons has worked so far in the tournament, coming into the third day of play here today. Storts will lead things off. Storts 1 for 13 with a run batted in here in the tournament. He was 0 for 4 with a pair of strikeouts. Well, Excelsior has shown the ability to put some runs on the board in a hurry. And the delivery here, there's a sharply hit ball to third. Roach on to first, and the throw not held at first base. Kotka unable to make the play at first. Runner is on. I think it's an error. It's just the question of who you charge it to. I think that's probably on Cott. So it's an error. Error 5, error 3. E3 it is. Throw was there. Cott unable to handle it cleanly. Jake Mustard to the plate. Throw to first and the runner back as Mustard. At 3 for 8 in the tournament, he has 3 doubles and a pair of runs batted in. As Mustard went 0 for 2, reached base twice on a walk and a hit batsman against Rapid City. Earlier today, first pitch low and away and ball 1. It was 22 pitches for Brophy in that top of the first inning. So the Rugs, who played airless baseball earlier today, throw to first and the runner back. And the one thing that's probably been nice, I think, for everybody involved is games have been done late afternoon, early evening. That's yanked to right. It is going to hook and go foul, and 1-1 the count. I said will be, chances are, probably done before the dinner hour tonight. Get ready for Championship Sunday. 11 a.m., Rapid City gets the winner of this one, either Excelsior or Carpetland Rugs. Throw to first and the runner back, and Lincoln has had so much success over the years. Is last year 1-2 down to Shelby. They're working on Stort's pretty good over there and giving them a couple of sharp looks over there at first base. State champions in 23, 25, and now 26 as they won the best of 3 championship series to get back to North Dakota. 2-1 the count. Region championships in 23 and 25. They were the American Legion World Series runner-up in 2023. It's now 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike the count. Also won the Gopher Classic down to the Twin Cities a couple of times as well. And again, the pedigree they have, the success they've had, and the depth they have, there's a team that can kind of slide through that back door. They certainly have the capability to do it. 3-1. There's a strike, 3-2. So we'll see how aggressive they are down 3 here early as you put Storts in motion here. This early in the game and nobody out. Runner stays put, will do it again. It's yanked foul. And it is 3 balls and 2 strikes. Brophy did pitch. Brophy did pitch in that state tournament for Excelsior. They swept through, beating St. Michael and Wayzata. Beat Wayzata in the championship where they pool play to start that tournament, and then the winners of the pools you get into kind of the weekend of play. They beat Brainerd on that Saturday 10-3, and then St. Michael. Got a chance to see the St. Michael Mikes. They were in Fargo for the Jim Peterson tournament, which was played through Fargo Moorhead late June. Popped up here. This is going to land up and over our broadcast location and a hit back there for a foul. It's 3-2. Lengthy plate appearance here. Throw to first. It's Cott trying to handle that. Brophy in a 5-2 win last Sunday over St. Michael. He went 6 innings, gave up 5 hits, worked around 5 walks, struck out 6, gave up a pair of earned runs. He threw 103 pitches in that game. That was the first game on Sunday for them. Now the runner goes here, and it's ball 4. Really a good plate appearance there by Mustard as he works on a walk.
Maybe the third one will put a toilet in it. Just make your way down. Make your way down. Yeah.
Here is Schrupp. 3 for 11 with a double and has not driven in a run. Schrupp earlier today. 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. Mustard, Schrupp, and Carr all walked in the 5th, which set up Nolan Bartz. They set the table and Bartz cleaned it with one mighty swing on a grand slam. Even though that was probably stung because they lost, called striking its 0-1. You had a grand slam of the Central Plains in this in a regional tournament. That's pretty cool. It might get overshadowed because they lost, but still, that's. You tell your kids and grandkids that someday, and the story can get better with age. 0-1. Here to Schrupp. 3-0 Rugs here in the bottom of the first inning. A ball makes it 1-1. Carpetland Rugs. 48-6. Talk about teams that play a lot of games over the summer and a lot of traveling, although a lot of these teams from the Dakotas got to come their direction, so works out all right for them. Pick on play at second, and the runner is back, and of course there's a lot of tournaments that coincide. They work around the College World Series in June, which a lot of those teams that travel, you get some good competition in. You maybe go check out a game in Omaha for the College World Series. Ends up being for some teams, kind of their big trip of the summer. Schrupp on a 1-1 count here. Right center field, into the gap, hustling over, nice catch as Sutko the catch for the first out. Now the runners will stay put. That hit on a line, Schrupp hit it well. Sutko able to flag it down, one away here in the bottom of the first. That'll bring up Nolan Carr. But they beat Creighton Prep in the best of 3 championship series, swept them last Friday and Saturday. Winning 9-4 in game 1, 7-2 last Saturday. I know it was at the North Dakota State tournament. Watching West Fargo and Fargo Post 2, keeping an eye on that game. Good to see who would represent Nebraska. Nolan Carr's had himself a fine tournament, 7 of 10. That might be base hit number 8, and it is. A base hit to center field. They will send the runner to the plate. The throw is cut off. The throw to third, and out there. A base hit and an RBI for Carr. The run is good, and they cut down Mustard, as that'll go 8-5 for the second out. So Mustard is out. Stort scores to make it a 3-1 game, and Carr is at first. How about Carr now? 8 for 11, his third run batted in.
Number 34, Nolan Bartz.
That will bring up Nolan Bartz. Grand slam against Rapid City earlier. Ball 1 here. Bartz is 6 for 12, 7 runs batted in, 4 came in that one mighty swing in the 5th inning this afternoon earlier. Yeah, it's 1-1. Iron's last pitch last Saturday pitched the 7th inning, gave up 2 hits in the 7-2 win. Aranaga went 4 1/3 to get the victory. Swing and a miss, and it's now 1-2. So Irons saw him as a reliever earlier in this tournament, and now gets the call here on the mound. Stake to some early runs. That's a big out at third base to get. 1-2. That misses off the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. But the Rugs had played Fargo Post 2. They've faced Rapid City during the season as well, so weren't flying blind coming into this Central Plains Regional. Dribbled foul. We'll do it again at 2-2. $18 pitches so far for Irons here in this first inning. Popped up, and that one will land out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I was just kind of looking around, a little bit of a break between games. I hadn't been out here in a few years. Remember they had the state tournament here in 21. I remember coming out for a day of that. And just some of the other diamonds for youth baseball and softball, they continue to add on. Good high fastball there. Went up the ladder to strike out Bartz. And that will end the inning. They strand 1, a strikeout there, and that will end the inning. They get a run on 1 hit. There was 1 error and 1 left on. So Excelsior gets 1 back. They trail by 2 after 1. It is a 3-1 game here from Mandan. We're back with more of the Central Plains Regional in just a moment.
If the church is strong, that strength flows everywhere into the community, the region, and across the world. Jesus is building his church.
Magnitude Sports recognizes and thanks the following sponsors for supporting live coverage of the 2026 Central Plains Regional Legion Baseball Tournament. Buffalo Wild Wings, Dakota Fins and Feathers, Northview Church of Fargo, ID Chrysler and Collision Center. Thank you, sponsors.
On attempt goes fouls. We start the top of the second inning. Easton Lunn will lead things off. Lunn, Sam Sutko, and Brody McIntyre here for Lincoln in the top of the second inning. Line drive, that is into right center. And a base hit for Lunn, cut off in right center field. And a leadoff hit, 4th for Lincoln East, and Lunn picks up his second in 5 at-bats. And that will bring up Sam Sutko, 2 for 5 with a triple and a run scored.
Stepping in the box, right fielder number 30, Sam Sutko.
Sutko will step in. Did not play in the first game today against Dubuque. Throw to first and the runner back. Trying to think of the field. Lincoln, I believe, was the only returning team from last year's field. It was an 8-team tournament last year, and it was 2 each from Minnesota to the Dakotas in Nebraska. I think Elkhorn, if I remember correctly, was the second, along with Lincoln East representing Nebraska. Throw to first in the runner back. So they were the lone returner. West Fargo was close. They were an inning away from returning back to the Central Plains for the 3rd straight year. Fargo post 2, winning, walking them off in dramatic fashion. It's a ball, throw back to first and the runner back. Now, if you follow that North Dakota State tournament, West Fargo came into the final day winning 2 and did so 7-4 and took the lead in the 6th, but got a pair of runs. Carson Sheik walked him off. 1-0. It's 2-0, misses inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Swapping messages with a friend of mine last night. Said they're just the quality of play that you get to this region tournament is really good. You got some guys who are going to go on and play college baseball and continue their baseball careers. It is good stuff. 2-0, shows bunt, pulls back. It is ball 3 and go back to first base. Runner back in time. So 3-0 the count. say just the improvements they've made around this area, adding some youth baseball and softball diamonds. 3-0. Shows commitment. Strike 3-1. There being the communities and Legion posts and that want to keep a facility, and if you aren't moving forward, so if you're not moving forward. 3-1 the count here in the delivery. Showed bunt again. That was more for show, and it's now a full count, 3-2. Sutko, we'll see if Easton Lund's moving here with nobody out. Runner stays put. Hit to left. Drifting back. Still chasing. And a nice catch just in front of the track. Bart's able to chase that one down. I want to add some carry as wind is basically, the flag is pointing out basically almost a straightaway left field. And that one did hit a little bit into the jet stream and carried a bit. So that makes left field, which is 320 down the line, maybe seem a little bit shorter. McIntyre hit by a pitch. He was on board for Larson's home run. As Larson and Erickson did some yard work in the top of the first. 3-1 here in favor of Lincoln, the Carpetland Rugs. Runner goes. Throw down to second. Good throw and safe. Ball's not held. Strike made an 0-1. A pretty decent throw there from Schrupp. They were not able to hold that tag. So strike one to McIntyre. A stolen base for Lund. And that I recall from last year's regional, they were aggressive on the base paths and a good mix. Pitch came inside. McIntyre takes his base as he gets clipped for the second time. McIntyre homered in the championship game last year. Landon Moser and he went back-to-back against West Fargo. So the Rugs trying to keep the line moving and quickly. 2 on, 1 out for Larson, who hit a 2-run homer. Initially was scored a double. They discussed it and said it did clear both fences for the 2-run home run. Now he's going to drop a bunt down here. It hugs the line. They're going to wait for it to turn foul, and it didn't. That was their only hope, and that was a bunt single. So how about that? A guy goes yard in his first at bat, and his first inkling is to drop down a bunt. And that one able to hug the third base line. Stay fair, and indeed it did. So bunt single, that was all Mustard could really do, is hope it took a left turn foul. Dele Odolate, big swing and a foul at the plate, got him in the batter's box. And strike one. Odolate struck out in his first at bat. Odolate, who is going to play collegiately at Nebraska Omaha. McIntyre is headed to St. Thomas, Odolate to Omaha, and Kalai Larson to Omaha as well. So a lot of guys headed to play in the Summit League. 0-1. Good cut there, fouled it back. But they've got a mix. You got some guys that can hit for extra base power. They're aggressive. And you're talking about well balanced. The guy just hit a home run in the second at bat. His first pitch, he lays a bunt down. Complete baseball. 0-2 and low. 1-2. It'd be easy, I'm sure, to say, you know what? I'm going to try and swing hard again. It's like, no, I'm going to get on base another way. Strike three called there as Odolate is rung up. 2 away. So he's down on strikes for the second time. Big out there.
Catcher number 2, Erickson.
Here's Erickson, who also went deep. Brophy trying to work out of trouble here and work out unscathed. Strike one. Erickson's homer, a no-doubter to left. He is now 5 for 10 and 5 extra base hits. 3 doubles, 2 home runs. Pulled fair over third. Down the line in for extra bases. It'll score a pair. We'll see if they send the third run across. They're going to send Larson in. And he's in. Erickson knocks home 3 more as he cleans them all off on a 3-run double. The lead is now 6-1 here for the Carpetland Rugs. Right over third and into the left field corner.
Third baseman number 10, Trevor Roach.
So a double there, 3 runs batted in. He's knocked in 5 on 1 swing, or 2 swings rather. He has Lund, McIntyre, and Larson all in with 2 outs. Why not send them all home and beat the relay and the throw to the plate? So a huge 2-out hit there. 1 ball in the delivery. And a strike 1-1. We're having the discussion about tournament MVP, and you've got to look at the brothers from Rapid City as certainly potential candidates as well. You look at a courtesy runner coming in at first base for Carpetland. Jackson Makovica. Makovica runs at second, courtesy runner. Got to look at the readers, both the readers as potential, but I think Braxton Erickson has entered the chat. Pop up here off the bat of Roach as out into left center field, hustling on, and Storks makes the catch, and that will end the inning. What? Damage done. 3-run double from Braxton Erickson. He has knocked in 5 on 2 swings. He has 10 runs batted into the tournament. And Lincoln now has a 6-1 lead after an inning and a half here from Mandan on the Central Plains.
Magnitude Sports. I'd like you to do me a favor if you would. Subscribe to this channel right here, Dakota Fins and Feathers Outdoors. The channel is owned by a family I've known for over 2 decades and features some sports stars from previous Magnitude Sports broadcasts. So if you're the type of guy that likes fishing, hunting, dogs, you can get all that and more right here on the Dakota Fins and Feathers YouTube channel. You can also find them on social media, on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. It's educational, it's captivating, it's fun. It's Dakota Fins and Feathers Outdoors. Subscribe today.
Baseball and student athletes.
6-1 your score as 3 runs on 3 hits in that inning as, well, you've got the Reader boys from Jackson and Wyatt from Rapid City, but I think Braden Erickson has said, yo, over here, you could pick me if you wanted for the tournament MVP. I think he entered the chat on 2 swings there. 10 runs batted in now, and 5 extra base hits? Actually 6 now. 4 doubles and 2 home runs. His slugging percentage was up over 1,000. OPS was like 1,650. And that somehow has probably gotten its way to keep going on up. So here we are. So 6-1 your score. Of course, these teams' first rematch here of the Central Plains with
Second baseman number 22, Adam Perry.
the win yesterday for Excelsior, as it'll be Adam Perry to lead things off here. They'll go 6, 7, and 8 in the batting order, will Excelsior, with Perry along with Tenuzo and Alex Fernandez. Has Irons with plenty of runs to work with. First pitch swinging here, and a pop-up as staying with it. McIntyre makes the catch, and quick 1 out here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Perry now 4 for 12 in the Central Plains Regional. Went 1 for 4. Dominic Tenuzo to the plate, whereas number 99. 2 for 8. Couple of runs batted in. You wonder if that's inspired by Aaron Judge, because there weren't too many 99s other than Ricky Wild Thing Vaughn in baseball, and that was just for show until Aaron Judge came along. Here's the 1-0 on the pitch. Called strike, and it's 1-1. It always used to bother me in the majors when pitchers would wear single digits, but I guess that's a thing now. It's kind of like the NFL. You can wear any number you want, any position you want. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Ooh, good swing. Ooh, that one almost took the on-deck batter for Fernandez. Actually, that's not Fernandez. It's Brophy back there. Fernandez is on deck. And Brophy hardly broke a sweat. 1-2 the count. One, two. Good piece of hitting there. That will land foul down the right field line, but he waited back on one. That was a really, really good piece of hitting and fouled away. 5-3 win yesterday for Excelsior over Carpet Land Rugs. They got runs early. 2 in the first, 1 in the third, added 2 in the fifth, and a late rally. Only as a double play turned. The Rugs had scored 2 and were threatening for more. Double play got them the first 2 outs. And pretty much put a quelch on that threat. 1-2 and just missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. Here to Tenuzo. Went 0 for 3 yesterday against the Rugs. Two fouled away. Good piece of hitting there, and it's still 2 balls and 2 strikes. "27 pitches so far here for Irons. And they've used him some, starting and relieving. 2-2. High hopper off the turf, and that will bounce foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Shade him slightly to pull in the outfield. Fernandez scheduled the on-deck circle, but I haven't seen him come out. Tenuzo, right center field, and Odolade slipped. And maybe a base hit. Came hustling into that ball. Check and see if he's okay. They kind of went after it and pulled up a little awkward, but hopefully nothing too serious. Actually looks like it'll be Brophy. Correction on that, the switch. I think from what they initially had in the batting order, Brophy 8 and Fernandez 9. So, yeah, I gotta say, they had Fernandez, then Brophy in the batting order. Because I went along with that lineup card as well. And that's, I say, Carpetland caught this. And he's looking at the lineup card and said, from what we have, they're out of order. Yeah, because from what we had, because they made a late change and made a scratch. They had a DH listed and then scratched that. And then they had Fernandez, then Brophy in the batting order. And the Carpetland dugout, the Lincoln dugout, caught that. That's what we have on the lineup card as well, because they had Pedersen as the DH, then scratched him, and then had Brophy as the pitcher hitting for himself. So it was Fernandez, then Brophy on the lineup card, and that's the one that we have here in the press box as well. So we have ourselves potentially a developing situation. So the umpire is going to talk this over. So if they've hit out of turn here, is the batter automatically out? They got to talk this over. Yeah, because they had. Yeah, unless they redid the card and the card down to the field says that order is correct. But the one we have up here has Fernandez hitting 8th, Brophy hitting 9th, because they had a DH initially listed and then scratched him and went 8-9. So the question is, so Brophy, so Fernandez will come up, and is the count, do they reset the count? Do they take the count as it is?
You have to let the at-bat finish.
Okay, so that's, okay. So Fernandez is going to hit. I scratched that out for nothing. Now I got to fill it in again. It happens. It doesn't happen often. It shouldn't happen. But it has. I've seen it happen at the high school level. In the meantime, Irons is coming out of the ball game. So that's going to be it for Irons, and we'll have a new pitcher. Oh, by the way, we have a new pitcher on here for Lincoln. So Abe Christensen looks like will be the new hurler, and that'll be it. So Christensen on here. Irons pitches, well, he went 30 pitches, so he could turn and come back potentially here tomorrow. So Christensen will come on, and he will face, now, well, it was Brophy, now will be Fernandez after a lineup card snafu. So, pitching change, break of the action. Christensen on here for Carpetland. The Rugs lead 6-1. Break here with.
Looking for something handmade, unique, and full of personality? Mandy's of FargoND.com features creative gifts, home decor, accessories, and more. All inspired by family, creativity, and made with heart. Browse dozens of handmade creations, request custom colors or designs, and sign up for the newsletter. Visit Mandy'sOfFargoND.com and discover something new today. Mandy'sOfFargoND.com. Handmade, a little weird, totally wonderful.
So Christensen, who threw a scoreless 7th inning, faced 4 batters, retired 3 of the 4 to finish up with a 6-0 win, makes his second appearance of the day as he is on here. And Fernandez is back up where he should be in the order. He inherits a 1-strike count. We continue on. Yeah, somebody in the chat, Gary, said he does inherit the count, and that is correct. 1 strike. And the delivery here by Christensen is a ball, 1-1. So we had the delay after the batters out of order, the 8-9 batters out of order, and then all of a sudden, pitching change. The delivery, high in the air to left, and that is pulled foul, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fernandez homered. Started the 5-run uprising against Rapid City. He is 3 for 9 with that home run, which is accounted for his only run batted in. 2-2. Christensen pitched some in last year's Central Plains as well. Going to come at you from different arm slots. 2-2. 6-1. Pair of 3 spots here for the Rugs in the top of the first and second innings. Emergency hack there, and nice job by Fernandez to fight it off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Brophy on deck. After he got to see a pitch or so before he hits in his correct spot in the batting order, he's on deck. Dribbled foul, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two, and the delivery. Pitch. He got him inside corner, strike 3. Again, he comes at you quick from that arm slot. That comes out of there fast, and that got to the inside corner in a hurry. Fernandez caught looking. So Irons replaced by Christensen. Strikeout there. Joe Brophy to the plate. Brophy 0 for 3, went 0 for 2 earlier today against Rapid City. That one gets away. Goes to the screen, and on to second will go Dom Tenuzzo. And it's a 1-ball count. Irons goes an inning and a third. Runner on second, he is on the hook for, so the line is not completely over. That one gets away, and 2 free bases there for Tenuzzo. So an inning and a third. 2 hits so far, a run, unearned, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, and 30 pitches, 21 strikes. It's 2-out count, and again, Christensen, since he pitched earlier, you can add his pitch total from the first game into this, and now those 2 numbers, he can get to 105, so he doesn't start clean, so to speak. Pitch a strike, and it's 2-1. Correction of the count, make it 3-0. 3-0 the count. That did miss low. On deck is Storts. There's ball 4. So a walk to Brophy fills first as runners on the edges now with 2 down for Storts, who reached on an error and scored, but he is due. 1 for 14 at the plate. We have a runner at first. Evan Cummings, who started in the game earlier this afternoon against Rapid City, he will be the courtesy runner for Brophy at first. Storts, and well, the Rugs got a huge 2-out hit, and Excelsior trying to keep the line moving. Changing speeds, a swing and a miss, and strike 1.
Here we go, D. Here we go, Easton.
0-1, and in his hands, and foul, 2 strikes. Gary says in the chat, he says, I'm surprised Lincoln didn't wait until the at-bat was over. Because if the batter reached base, Lincoln could have brought up the situation. The batter would have been out in that case. Official scores not along with you. 0-2. That's a good point. You could have, or the next hitter, he could have said, hey, let's, and so, oh, by the way, that's true, because they were 8 and 9 were out of order. Could have played the long game on that. 1-2. Christensen deals. In the air to center. Odalate back, has it measured. Dealing with the sun. Oh, he lost it. The ball bounces away and by him in deep center field. 1 run is scored. A second run is in. Storts is at third. They're going to wave him home. There'll be a play at the plate. The throw to the plate. It's a race to the bag, and he's out. 2-run score on the play. A triple and then thrown out at home to end the inning. 8-6-2. So it's a triple for Storts. 2 runs batted in, gunned down to try and make it. An inside the park home run, and that will end the inning. As Odalate dealing with the sun lost it, the ball bounced away. 2-run score, and then Storts trying to circle the bases got thrown out. It's 6-3 Rugs after 2. We're back in just a moment here from the center.
Sometimes all you need to change your life is a sign. A sign that says, Hank, this is the place you've been looking for. And sometimes that sign is an actual sign that's mounted to a building. 1 second, I'm looking at a sign. I know what you're thinking, and no, I don't love B-dubs just because I'm a buffalo with wings. Frankly, that's offensive and reductionist.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level of my sport. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
First pitch swinging, Cade Anderson wraps one out to short, and Carr throws him out. One pitch, and one man retired. It'll be Anderson, Cott, and Lund top of the third inning, so a triple, 8-6-2 the scoring play. Excelsior got two. They've lost two on the bases, however, one at third and one at the plate. With two out, there was no hesitation. They made the Rugs try and execute the relay, and a popped-up bunt caught there and two down by Schrupp. Cott trying to pop up a bunt and jumping out of the catcher's crouch was Schrupp and made as much of a basket catch you can with a catcher's mitt, and there's two very quick outs.
Stepping in the box, left fielder number 3, Easton Lund.
Here's Easton Lund. Singled and scored in the second. 3 in the first and again in the second for Lincoln. Off-speed delivery and a strike. It is 0-1. So Brophy trying to shake off two rough innings, and sometimes all you need in a game like this, a couple of zeros on the board, and sooner the better. 1-1. Gary says, I like the 3 p.m. start. Should be over by the time the Twins game. That's true. Twins and the Brewers play tonight in Milwaukee, and that was a heck of a win for the Twins last night. Beat a excellent Milwaukee team. They were down 4-0 in that game. It was cool to watch Kalen Culpepper hit a home run in his first big league game, and Josh Bell had a big game. Royce Lewis had a big game. A diehard Twins fan, and I am, that again they rose from the ashes again to hang around in the American League. 2-2 the count. Imagine if you're Lincoln, you're probably what? You could be a Royals fan. You'd be a lot of different spots. Royals, Cardinals, Rockies. The Royals still have the farm team in Omaha, the AAA team in Omaha still. 3-2, the Storm Chasers. Sutko on deck, payoff pitch. He got him. Strike 3 on the outside corner. Good bounce back inning there for Brophy. Nothing across in the top of the third. It remains Carpet Land. Lincoln pulls 500, a 6-3 lead after 2.5 here from the Central Plains in Mandan. We're back in a moment.
Comparable Christian Store has life-giving gifts for every occasion. Gifts with meaning, gifts that change lives. Stop in and view their large selection of books, Bibles, jewelry, greeting cards, music and DVDs, home decor, and children's department. Many gifts to bring inspiration to family and loved ones. Call them 223-2422 and visit them online at bismarck.parable.com. For all your gift-giving needs, shop the Rainbow Shop, a Parable Christian store on South 7th Street in the Southridge Center Strip Mall, 1 block east of Kirkwood Mall in Bismarck.
Irons with the 30 pitches, an inning and a third, 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. And Abe Christensen takes over from here. Brophy is at 50 pitches through 3, and he needed a quick bounce back, and he was able to do so. Set down Lincoln in order in the bottom, or the top of the third inning. We head to the bottom half. Again, that scoring play for Stort's a triple. He gets 2 runs batted in and was out at the plate, so they were able to get 2 back, but they've lost 2 on the base pass. So, yeah, still in the game, still a lot of swings to be had, but to lose base runners like that, especially in scoring position, in that situation with 2 out, I didn't blame him for trying to send Stort's, make the defense make a play, and they did. I think the out at third base in the first, Mustard trying to advance, get an extra base and a base hit. That one probably stung a little more. Mustard walked, tried to advance him first to third and a base hit and got cut down. Striking 0-1. The second appearance for Christensen, and again, add his pitch number from one he threw in the 7th inning against Dubuque earlier this morning. 1-1 the count. And he threw 13 pitches. So the 29 he's at now, 42 is his total for the day. 2-1 the count here to Mustard with Schrupp and Carr to follow. So last night, Excelsior got a 5-0 lead and held on. Today it's the Rugs that struck first. 3-1 the count. Talked about this in tournaments like this, and you see with irons 30 pitches, if carpet land, the Rugs come back tomorrow. There's ball 4 and a leadoff base runner here for Excelsior. So Mustard on, you have to think about the game in front of you, but you also have to think in the same frame of mind, all right, we got to get through this one, then what do we do? But in the back of your mind, you might have maybe not a full-fledged blueprint, but you do have to, as much as you got to think about the here and now, especially in an elimination game, but you got to think about what's next right there with it. Schrupp flying to right in his first at bat. That is a little bit of a chess match. Ball 1. But you know what? It's a nice problem to have once you get to this point here. Yes, the Storm Chasers are still the AAA affiliate. They've been Royals in Omaha, been affiliated a long time. Right in the back there of Schrupp, and he's hit by the pitch. It's a good situation because not that far from Kansas City to Omaha, kind of like what the Twins have now with the Saints and St. Paul and the big club. Ty Wright comes to the plate now, and Nolan Carr will step in. Evan Cummings will run for Schrupp at first. Carr, RBI single in the first. He is 8 for 11. So we've talked about with Braden Erickson a potential tournament MVP. Nolan Carr is certainly a dark horse as well. 8 for 11, 8 singles, where Erickson has a lot of extra base power. And then, of course, you have Jackson Reeder and Wyatt Reeder are certainly in the conversation for Rapid City as well, but some pretty solid individual performances, all this, and a trip to the mound, and a mound visit upcoming here now. So Christensen, this is the first visit, and they're going to ask for the ball, yes. So that's going to be it for Christensen. No, like I say, they waited and waited, and Carr was coming to the plate, and then they made the decision. So 2/3 of an inning for Christensen in this inning. He gave up a walk and a hit batter, so his line not complete. He finishes with 34 in this round, 47 for the day, so he is donezo for the tournament. So 2 on, nobody out, and a pitching change here for Lincoln. Tying run coming up to the plate right now. It is as Makovica is on here for Lincoln. So Jackson Makovica on pitching change, break of the action. 2 on, nobody out. It's a 6-3 lead here for Lincoln.
Magnitude Sports recognizes and thanks the following sponsors for supporting live coverage of the 2026 Central Plains Regional Legion Baseball Tournament. MandanBaseball.org. Mandy's of FargoND.com. North Dakota State Railroad Museum. The Rainbow Shop, a Parable Christian store. Thank you, sponsors. Looking for a fun night out? Visit one of Mandan Baseball's charitable gaming locations. Every time you play and every charitable gaming dollar raised helps fund the future of Mandan's 6 baseball teams. From our younger Mavericks, Braves, veterans, and 78s to our Legion teams, the A's and the Chiefs. Your support helps provide equipment, improve facilities, and create opportunities for local athletes to succeed. Have fun, play responsibly, and thank you for helping keep Mandan Baseball strong.
So Makovica on here for Lincoln. He will face Nolan Carr. Went off speed in that delivery for a strike, 0-1. So Makovica, his second appearance so far in the tournament, 2 2/3 innings, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, 3 strikeouts. He starts clean here with 105 pitches at the max at his disposal. Carr, 8 hits, 8 singles, and 3 runs batted in here in Mandan. Bunted on and foul, 2 strikes. So key moment of the game. So Irons, Christensen, and now Makovica. And I don't know how long you really look at here for Makovica. Came in relief of Bjorkman in their opener against Fargo Post 2 on Thursday. And 2 strikes, a little bit of a game of chicken here between the two as batter and pitcher. Is Carr going to try and get it done with 2 strikes? 1-2, throw back to first, and again, looks like Makovica, big fella, come at you from different arm angles and slots. Throw back to first and the runner back. 7-3 win over Fargo Post 2. Actually, that was yesterday, Makovica pitched. They used 4 different pitchers against Post 2. The other day, fouled away in 1-2 the count. Actually, yesterday, Makovica 2 2/3. He got 8 outs and 28 pitches, struck out 3. But they used 4 different guys to take care of Post 2 the other day, 1-2 the count. So he stayed under the pitch limit. He could come back today and go. 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch. That one gets away to the screen, and the runners will move up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. You might have been able to hear some of the Lincoln fans. Nolan Carr, his back foot was right on the back line of the batter's box. Again, with the turf, you don't have to chalk. It's automatically, there, but trying to keep an eye. Yeah, that back foot is right on the back line. So 2-2. Makovica deals. And low, full count, 3-2. Infield back at this point here for the Rugs. They'll swap it out for a run. Here's ball 4. So down 2 strikes in the count. Carr works out a walk. That fills first. And the go-ahead run comes to the plate. And look who's up, Nolan Bartz. So Bartz about, 3 hours or so ago, 2.5, 3 hours ago, came up with the bases full and hit a grand slam. He gets another crack at it here. Bases loaded, nobody out. Bartz struck out in his first at bat. Fouled away in strike 1. What do you think he's thinking right now? God, bases loaded. Can I do this again? He'll take anything at this point, but to hit 1 in 1 day would be cool. How about a second? Check swing, held up. Good take there. Changing speeds, and that one in the dirt and blocked nicely by Erickson. 1-1 the count. Lincoln kind of has, these look kind of the old Cincinnati Reds feel to them with the kind of logo kind of over the, just below the left shoulder. 2-1, good fastball, but missed outside. 2-1 the count. So here in this last of the third, they've done this without a hit. 2 walks and a hit batter have filled them up. With nobody out in the last of the third. Downstairs, 3-1. Play medium deep for the most part, straight away throughout. It is ball 4. That'll force home a run as Mustard scores. It's a 6-4 game now. As Cummings to third, Carr to second. So Bart's his 8th run batted in, 5th of the day with a bases loaded walk, and Adam Perry steps up there with the bases still loaded. Tap foul, strike one. 2:58 was the first pitch. We're just under 2 hours the last game. This one has been a bit of a grind. We are about an hour, almost an hour 10 in, and no end in sight here in the bottom of the third. There's a strike. Good pitch, showing 2 the count. So what do you do in this situation? Maybe a high fastball, maybe get him chasing something down in the zone. Makovica and Erickson not in agreement on the signs as he was up in that high set for a while. 0-2. Off the plate, 1-2. And Makovica, good sized guy. That's a lot of arms and legs and body parts coming at you. And you got to try and find the ball through all that. 1-2 the count. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Pulled foul, 1-2. Jim says 2-strike hitting or 2-out hitting. There was a point in the North Dakota State tournament. West Fargo, they had I think it was 15 runs they scored against Jamestown. 14 of them, I'm not kidding, came with 2 out. It was phenomenal. They were two out hitting to get back into the championship, and that was huge. Shot to third and caught. That's all they'll get. There's 1 out. Roach the catch. And the runners had to freeze, so there wasn't really time to even look to try and find a second or a third out in the mix. Perry, a line drive out. 1 away for Dom Tenuzzo. Singled, scored in the first. He's now 3 for 9 here in this Central Plains Regional. But it was those 2 wins they had on Friday, the 2-out runs they had was about 80% or more of their runs came with 2 out. It was something. Check swing and a foul and strike 1. Still just 1 out, so Makovica not out of the woods by any measure, but ball hit at somebody. Trying to get him to roll one over. 1-1. That one upstairs in the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rapid City came back from 4 down to win 11-5. They await the winner of this one in tomorrow's championship matchup, 11 a.m. right here at Magnitude Sports. Foul at the plate, 1-2. And if Rapid City wins that first title game, it's all done and on to Shelby. If they lose, it will be a second winner-take-all title. Makovica's 1-2. That one got away. 2-2 the count. It was 0-2 earlier on Carr, lost him with a walk. Command not quite there yet. Still bases loaded, 1 out. 1 in here for Excelsior. Foul back to the netting. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 22 pitches so far for Makovica to record 1 out. One more time, 2-2, hit him. Hit by the pitch. That will bring home a run to make it 6-5, and Tenuzzo feeling that one a little bit as he gets hit by the pitch. That brings in Cummings. As that one might have got him. He's either holding out of his side or maybe even his ribs. That's a slow, painful trip to first base. So Tenuzo hit by the pitch. It's a one-run game all of a sudden at 6-5. And here is Fernandez. Fernandez struck out on his first at bat, and they're giving Tenuzo a moment to try and stretch out. It's a one-run game as the first run here in the inning, Christensen charged with 2 runs so far. I think that should be it. He only pitched to 2, so that should close the book on him. 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit, 2 runs, 2 walks and a strikeout. Fernandez to left, hit well, drifting back is Lund. He will make the catch. There's the out, runner to tag, and this will tie the game at 6. Nolan Carr comes in to score, and Fernandez, his second run batted in. Are they going to appeal that he left early? The run stands for now. We'll see. I gotta say, don't you have to step off and then throw to third to do it? Because you could see the Lincoln dugout, and they say go appeal that, but apparently he did not leave early. Carr scores. It is 6-6. And then we'll bring up Brophy. And the delivery. It's ball 1. So Bart's at second. Tenuzo still be feeling the effects of the hit by pitch at first. Brophy walked and scored in the second. So the go-ahead run at second, and Excelsior has come back from 5 down at one point to draw us fair and square and even. 2-0 the count. And time call and trip to the mound, and it might be one of those where you're getting deep into the tournament here. You're probably trying to kind of string outs together through probably a assortment of pitchers. And that's going to be it for Makovica. So he retired just 2 batters. And the final line on Christensen, you close the book on him. 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit, 3 runs, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. Makovica charged with the 1 run, and his command wasn't there as he goes 2/3 of an inning. And he walked a pair of batters while he was in there and did not strike out a batter. So they'll go to their 4th pitcher as we go here into the bottom of the 3rd inning. So new pitcher on. We'll let you know who that is here in just a second. Breaking the action right now with a pitching change. Runners at first and second, 2 out there, 3 in here in a 6.
If the church is strong, that strength flows everywhere into the community, the region, and across the world. Jesus is building his church.
So Kate Anderson, who was the designated hitter, is now on to pitch. So the DH is out of play, and he pitcher spot right now is the number 6 spot in the batting order as Anderson. This is his first appearance here in the Central Plains. In a 6-6 tie. As Makovica, 2/3 of an inning, he faced, well, he threw 26 pitches, faced 5 batters. He gave up a pair of walks, and Brophy to the plate. So your base runners, Bart's at second, Tenuzo at first. As Excelsior's kind of taken what the Rugs have given them here in the third inning. And a strike, 0-1. So one strike the count. So in this inning, have they done this with a hit? No, they have not. 3 runs on no hits. We've had a couple of hit batters, some walks, and quickly. So a strikeout there, and that ends the inning. So a strikeout there, 3 runs without a hit. And they strand 2 in the bottom of the third. We have a new ball game through 3. It is 6-6 after 3 innings of play here from Mandan on the Central Plains Region American Legion Baseball Tournament. We're back with more in a moment.
And I'm the manager at ID Chrysler Collision. Our team at ID Chrysler Collision, we're small, but we're like a family. So how does having a family-like atmosphere at work help get the customer's car back on the road? We do a lot of stuff out of work. We do stuff at work. We all get along. It's like a little family for us. I just feel like if you're happy at work and you want to come to work, you're going to deliver a better product.
Six runs, 6 hits, 1 error for Lincoln. And 6 runs, 3 hits, no errors for Excelsior. The Carpetland Rugs will bring up 9, 1, and 2 in the batting order as Brophy at scoreless third, and he's guys around him get some runs back. So 6-6. It's almost like talked about that last game was almost 2 games in one, with the 1-0 game through 4, and then chaos ensued the last in the 5th and 6th innings. It's almost like you're starting fresh. He is at 50 pitches through 3. But all of a sudden he went from down 5 to tied. Almost feel like, yeah, you do have a little bit of a second life there, and time to take full advantage. Sutko, McIntyre, and Larson for the Rugs here in the top of the 4th inning. Called strike, 0-1. Central Plains next year in Fargo at Starion Bank Field, and it'll be 4 years in a row in North Dakota next summer for the Central Plains. 1-1 the count. And usually the bid goes in 2-year cycles, and it used to be you had to try and you would host 2 years in a row. Rapid City did that for a couple of years. 1-2 the count, strike of the knees. West Fargo and Pulse 400. Fargo Pulse 400 split the bid 24 and 25. 400 had the North Dakota State Tournament in 24. So West Fargo, they basically kind of bid as a partner, so to speak. 2-2 the count. And kind of Mandan and 400 as well. That might be, let's see if that's the way going forward or not. It'll be interesting to see how that all goes. Sutko fly to left in his first at bat. Chops one out here to the right side. Played there by Perry. Short flip is good for the first out. Had him out in front. His front foot, one away in the 4th for McIntyre. Brody hit by a pair of pitches and has scored on both. McIntyre, who is committed to play baseball at St. Thomas in the Twin Cities. Brody 3 for 7. He has scored 6 runs at the top of the order for the Rugs here in the Central Plains. Upstairs for a ball, and it's 1-0. Lincoln 3 in the first on a pair of homers. Larson and Erickson went yard to the first. McIntyre jammed a bit out into right center field. Coming on, Fernandez squeezes it with 2 hands. There's out number 2. Sounded like he got off the handles just enough. 2 down. Here's Larson. 6 in a row set down here by Brophy. Larson has homered and singled. Braxton Erickson's knocked in 4, actually. Said 5 earlier, actually 4. The solo homer and then the bases clearing double the second. Ball 1. So he has 11 runs batted in here in the Central Plains tournament. Larson, 2 hits, now 6 for 12. That's into the air to left center field. Hit well, but looks to be playable. Stortz has it measured, actually comes back in a couple of steps and makes the catch. And Brophy has himself another 1-2-3 inning. So Brophy needed all of 9 pitches to set down the Rugs in order. 1-2-3 in the top of the 4th inning. Halfway home, we're dead even, 6 apiece here in the Central Plains American Legion Baseball Tournament from Mandan here.
Sometimes, all you need to change your life is a sign. A sign that says, Hank, this is the place you've been looking for. And sometimes that sign is an actual sign that's mounted to a building. 1 second, I'm looking at a sign. I know what you're thinking, and no, I don't love B-dubs just because I'm a buffalo with wings. Frankly, that's offensive and reductionist.
Curveball chopped out to second. This may do it. McIntyre sets on to first, and it's on to Shelby for Lincoln East.
Popped up. Can Oliver Luck send them to Shelby? They can! The Pulse 400 Stars will continue their season in North Carolina, and they will compete in the American Legion World Series.
The best teams, the biggest moments. Every game of the 2026 Central Plains Regional is live on Magnitude Sports.
And we appreciate bringing you the coverage. Big thanks to our sponsors who's tuned in throughout the past few days. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Stortz fouled the first pitch away in strike 1. Stortz reached on an error in the first, and then a triple, a fly ball that Odalade lost in the sun and dropped in deep center. Quickly 2 strikes here. Stortz was credited with a 2-run triple, then tried to circle the bases and got thrown out of the plate. 0-2, Anderson. There's a little jam shot out back of second. McIntyre makes the catch for the first out. Sometimes after you see games, especially in early innings, where you see some runs come across and a lot of traffic, a lot of base runners, and then both pitchers or both pitching staffs, usually somebody comes in and calms the waters. Anderson slipped as he delivered that to the plate in ball 1. Well, maybe Brophy has settled down with putting a couple of zeros in the 3rd and the 4th. Mustard, pair of walks so far today. 2-0 the count. He has scored a run. We'll see if that happens here as the Rugs looking for somebody to string some outs together. 3-0 the count. Talked about Fargo Post 2. They lost, if I recall, in 24 in West Fargo. The first game of their tournament. There's a shot and speared for the out by Cott. That was a missile, and he reached up and it hit right in the pocket. 2 out. And that was a bullet. Mustard green lighted on 3-0, and that was an absolute rocket. But a noisy second out. Here's Schrupp. Was flying to right and hit by a pitch. Again, Excelsior, 3 without a hit in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and we are back to even. 1-0. Strike of the knees, 1-1. Post 2 lost early in that tournament. They came all the way back. They won, I think it was 6 elimination games. I remember, I know they won, maybe it was at least 5. Well, they won 2 the final day. They knocked out West Fargo on Friday. But they were able to do it and get to the World Series in Shelby. 2-1. Off the plate, 3 balls, 1 strike to count. Nolan Carr on deck, 2 down here at the bottom of the 4th inning. That is hit hard to right field and caught. Slicko in a couple of steps and makes the catch. Couple of well-struck balls, but they turn into outs. And a 1-2-3 bottom of the 4th inning. Didn't matter how they got him. Anderson got him 3 outs. And he clean bottom of the 4th inning. So out of the 5th we go. with Lincoln and Post 259 out of Excelsior, Minnesota. We're even up at 6 here from the
North
Central
Dakota State Railroad Museum in Mandan is a must-see for any and everyone who likes trains. From the historic Steel House, classic rail cars, and the Northern Pacific Hall of Fame, the North Dakota State Railroad Museum is the grown-up version of your childhood train set. It is open June 1st through August 31st from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. with limited access during other hours of the day. A free will donation is accepted for admission at 3102 37th Street Northwest, Mandan.
Hi, this is Mike from Magnitude Sports. I'd like you to do me a favor if you would. Subscribe to this channel right here, Dakota Fins and Feathers Outdoors. The channel is owned by a family I've known for over 2 decades and it features some sports stars from previous Magnitude Sports broadcasts. So if you're the type of guy that likes fishing, hunting, dogs, you can get all that and more right here on the Dakota Fins and Feathers YouTube channel. You can also find them on social media, on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. It's educational, it's captivating, it's fun. It's Dakota Fins and Feathers Outdoors. Subscribe today.
So a 6-6 game. Brophy, 6'5" right-hander, has settled down. As Odolate to lead things off. A high one-hopper foul for strike one. It'll be Odolate, Erickson, and Trevor Roach, scheduled hitters for Lincoln. Carpet Land Rugs, Brophy. Minnetonka High School. That pitch inside clips Dele Odolate, and he is on for the first time. So leadoff base runner here in the 5th, and that'll bring up Braden Erickson, and he's had himself a day already. Solo homer in the 1st, a bases clearing double in the 2nd.
Catcher number 2, Braden Erickson.
Set, and the delivery as Odolate bluffed a break towards second, called strike, and it is 0-1. 0-1 the count. First, Odolate is a threat to go, and he is back in time. Brophy sets on 0-1. Snap throw back and not in time. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Brophy graduated this past spring from Minnetonka, the Twin Cities. 1-1 the count. Another throw back to first, and excuse me, and the runner back. A lot of attention focused on the runner at first. Erickson, who has hit him hard twice. Odolate dances off of first. It's a strike of the letters, and it's 1-2. Roach on deck, 6 hits so far here for Carpet Land. Go back to first, and boy, a lot of attention being paid on Odolate. Deep, in particular, left and center with Bartz and Storts for Excelsior. To third, fair ball over third past Mustard. It's down the left field line. Odolate is at third. He will get the wave on in to score, and he is in. How about another extra base hit from Braden Erickson? Double right over third and into the left field corner. It's a 7-6 lead for Lincoln. 2 doubles and a homer. 5 runs batted in here and 3 swings of the bat so far today, at least in this game. 7 for 12 now. 12 runs batted in. What a phenomenal tournament. There's a fighting chance he may get one more at bat before we're done today. Here's Roach. So the lead back to the Rugs here in the 5th. Bunt, foul, strike one. Single in the first for Roach, fly to center in the second. 4 for 9 here in the Central Plains. Line drive, base hit in the right center field. That one is going to go all the way to the wall in right center field. That will score Erickson. Roach has himself a double, as he will trade places. It's an 8-6 game. Even the attempt of a bunt, Tenuzo was way in at first. And there was no signs of a bunt there as Roach blasting one into the right center field alley as Erickson scores. And that's going to be it perhaps for Brophy. We'll see. It is the first visit, so hold the phone. As a pair of doubles, 8 hits. And they're out of the 8 hits. Well, 3 extra base hits. There's at least, I think it's 6 extra base hits. You have the home runs from Larson and Erickson. And Brophy is in for the meantime. So I believe 6 extra base hits is what we have here for Lincoln and Carpetland. Erickson 2 doubles, Roach a double, Erickson homer, Larson a homer. So actually, what, 5? 5 doubles. Actually, no, Erickson's got 2 doubles. That should be, 5. Anderson was the DH, now pitching. He showed bunt outside for a ball. So 5 extra base hits, 8 hits altogether. That'll bring Tenuzo in, well, in at first. Swings and fouls, so 1-1 the count. Anderson 0 for 2 in this one, 2 for 12 here in the Central Plains. .69 pitches for Brophy as he works here. Ooh, that one got him with a helmet. So Anderson plunked. He is at first now as 4 straight batters have reached. As we'll have a runner coming in. Brennan Greesh runs at first for Anderson. Huxton caught to the plate. 0 for 2. Tried to bunt his last time up. And hit a little pop-up that maybe didn't get more than about 5 feet off the ground. Was caught by Schropp on a bunt attempt. Brophy deals. And a strike, 0-1. Brophy has to try and work through this on his own. 0-1 the count, 2 in. And the Rugs might be sniffing blood in the water, perhaps. In the air to left, trouble if it's fair. It's down for a base hit. Bart's to play it as a run will come in and score as Roach rounds third, and he is across with the 3rd run of the inning. Caught with an RBI single. It's his 2nd run batted in of the day and of the tournament. It's a 9-6 game, and this may be the end of the line for Brophy, and it will be his 2nd trip to the mound, and that's going to be it. So caught a single and a run batted in as Roach scores. Brophy pitching to 5 batters and retiring none here in the 5th, and that's going to be the end of the line here for Joe Brophy. So 4+ innings for Brophy, still on the hook for the runners at first and at second base.
Perry is 22's coming in to pitch.
So it looks like Perry is going to come in from second. He will pitch. So Adam Perry is on. Will be some corresponding defensive changes here as well for Excelsior. So had a run to the counter. It's 9-6 Lincoln, and still nobody out. First and second, nobody out. As Carpet Land has the lead back. Pitching change break of the action.
Shop, a Parable Christian store has life-giving gifts for every occasion. Gifts with meaning, gifts that change lives. Stop in and view their large selection of books, Bibles, jewelry, greeting cards, music and DVDs, home decor, and children's department. Many gifts to bring inspiration to family and loved ones. Call them 223-2422 and visit them online at bismarck.parable.com. For all your gift-giving needs, shop the Rainbow Shop, a Parable Christian store on South 7th Street in the Southridge Center Strip Mall, 1 block east of Kirkwood Mall in Bismarck.
American Legion Baseball. A winning tradition since 1925. Thousands of young athletes have participated, and countless lives have been changed.
And that was the fun part of summer ball and Legion was we just played. At that stage, I think everything's so pure. You're just wanting to play ball. I would 100% recommend it.
Legion Baseball is one of many programs of the American Legion, supporting our children, our military, and their families. Find out more about how we continue to serve America.
First pitch gets away to the backstop, and the runners will move up as batter is Easton Lunn. That's a 1-ball count. So straight switch. Brophy stays in the game at second. Perry is on to pitch. So Brophy 4+ innings. So far 9 runs allowed. He's responsible for the runners at second and third as well. 2-0 the count to Lunn, who has singled, stole a base, and scored in the second. Struck out looking in the third. Yeah, so it'd be 2-0 the count. The umpire wasn't sure. He has about 30 people telling him 30 people will fix it for him. 3-0. I think he was signaling something to the pitcher, but (3-0) the count. I could say something, but I'm just going to pass. 3-0 the count. Sutko is on deck. Called strike because Tenuto came in a hurry just in case the bunt was on. 3-1. So still nobody out. This is the 6th batter of the inning as the Rugs have taken the lead back here in the 5th. There's ball 4. That fills first and loads them up once again with nobody out. So 3 hits in the inning. Brophy 4+ innings, 9 hits. Didn't walk a batter, but he hit 4 and struck out 3. Sutko will hit. 0 for 2, grounded to second in his last at bat. As you see the infield in here for Excelsior. And 0-1. We'll also turn things back to the top of the order. So McIntyre, Larson, and potentially Odolate get a chance to add some more. Left center field, that's hit well deep. Bart's back, getting to it, makes the catch in front of the track. That'll bring a run home. In fact, the lead 2 base runners grab a base, and the run comes in to score. So Grish, the courtesy runner, comes in to score to make it now a 10-6 game. Cott ends up at third. Lund stays put at first. And a nice job there by Sutko on a sacrifice fly. 1 away for McIntyre. McIntyre flied to right in the 4th. Hit by pitches in his first 2 plate appearances against Brophy. Now works against Perry. Runner from first is on the move. No throw attempted. And it's ball 1. Larson on deck as it is a 1-0 count. Infield comes in again.
I have AT&T, mine's been struggling.
That's popped up, and that will end on top of the grandstand. It's 1-1. First appearance for Perry on the mound here for Excelsior in the Central Plains. Blowing away, 2-1 now to McIntyre. So it's been interesting to see how Lincoln has really bashed the ball around. As it's 2-1. And the delivery. Upstairs, 3-1 the count. We kind of get the feel this is just hanging by a thread here for Excelsior as the Rugs have pounced here in the 5th. A strike to McIntyre, letter high strike, and it's now 3-2. McIntyre, 3 hits, 3 walks, been hit multiple times by pitches. Here's the payoff. Now the right field line, that'll slice foul. We'll try it all again. Pitch number 7 of the plate appearance coming, and it is still 3 balls, 2 strikes. Correction, second and third. Second and third here with 1 down after the sac fly. Ball 4, good plate appearance there for McIntyre as he works out a walk. That refills first. 9th batter of the inning is Kalai Larson. 2-run homer in the first, singled in the second, flied to deep center in the 4th. If you're Lincoln, well, they've gotten good production from a lot of different spots in the batting order, but now you're getting right into the heart of the order and some very difficult outs to try and get. Good pitch, outside corner, and strike 1. Imagine you want to try and stay away here on Larson, perhaps. Bartz is fairly deep in straightaway left field. Changing speeds, a ball, and that one throw gets away down the right field line. That'll score a run as Cott is in. A second run, and Lund will come in to score. The pickoff throw off the mid of Tenuzo, and that scores 2 runs. And it's 12-6. Pitch was a ball to make it 1-1. Schrupp's throw went wide to the foul side of the bag. Tenuzo tried to reach across and couldn't make a play on that. So it is error 2 on the throw to score a pair of runs. And McIntyre all of a sudden's at third. It's now 2-1. First error against Excelsior for this game. They played errorless baseball against Rapid City earlier. So that cost him a pair of runs as Cott and Lund score from third and second respectively. And Larson pulls one, foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Six here in the 5th, and I talked about it hanging by a thread, and that thread's getting shorter and not real sturdy at this point. It's still still 9 outs to get if you're Carpet Land. Chopper foul. So there's the other part of it. Hey, you got the lead, and that cushion's a little softer, but they burned through 3 pitchers, and now Kate Anderson might have to be the one to try and get him to the finish line. 2-2. Line drive left field. Bartz with the catch. Runner will tag. Here comes the throw all the way through and in. Headlong dive and McIntyre scores. 7th run of the inning. Another sacrifice fly, 2nd of the inning. And it's now a 13-6 game. Bases are cleared for Odalate. started this with a hit by pitch in the 5th. And ball 1 here. The 1-0 pitch. Shortened up. Called strike, makes it now 1-1. 7 runs, 3 hits in this inning. That error on that pickoff throw might be one of the bigger plays of the inning. Strike 1 and 2. There's been a lot of letter high strikes, and strikes up in the zone. That's been there much of this game. Out to second. Brophy scoops it up. Low throw, and just got him. Boy, close play at first base. And that'll end the inning. But a big inning for Lincoln. Carpetland Rugs, 7 on 3 hits. 1 error in the top of the 5th inning. Nobody left. They batted 10 and now lead by 7, 13-6 after 4.5 here in Mandan, Central Plains. American Legion Baseball
Magnitude
Tournament.
Sports recognizes and thanks the following sponsors for supporting live coverage of the 2026 Central Plains Regional Legion Baseball Tournament. MandanBaseball.org, Mandy's of FargoND.com, North Dakota State Railroad Museum, The Rainbow Shop, a Parable Christian store. Thank you, sponsors.
Lincoln has a new pitcher on, as it is Trevor Roach. So it looks like a straight switch. So Roach is on to pitch, and Anderson goes to third base. As Anderson goes an inning and a third. Faced 4 batters and retired them all, striking out 1. So Roach is on to pitch here for Lincoln. Carpetland Rugs, as it's like for Roach, it's his first appearance. So 5th pitcher of the game, Iron started winning an inning and a third. Anderson threw 15 pitches, 9 strikes, so he could come back for tomorrow if there is one for the Rugs. Inning and a third for Irons, 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. Christensen, 2/3 of an inning. 3 runs, 1 hit, pair of walks, hit a batter. Makovic, 2/3 of an inning. Gave up a hit and a run. Actually, 1 run actually did not surrender a hit. He did not. Did walk a pair, but Anderson, the most effective of the first 4 so far here for the Rugs, as it will be for Excelsior. Nolan Carr to hit the bottom of the 5th. First pitch fouled away in strike 1. Single to walk, a run scored, and a run batted in for Carr. 8 for 11 here in this weekend's tournament. Good fastball there, and a strike quickly, 0-2. Well, the Rugs a big inning, and the closest thing to momentum in baseball is, especially if you get kind of down the stretch here in a game, is every half inning. If you start putting base runners back, that kind of takes a little steam out of things. And right now, 9 more outs to get to Sunday here for Lincoln. Check swing. He did hold up. Eric Guler says no swing. 2-2 the count. Rugs out hitting Excelsior 9-3. Have not had a hit since the 2nd inning. Has Excelsior. Popped up here as they'll go into shallow right. I don't know if right fielder, I'm not sure if he saw it, but he was calling him off. Sutko made the catch for the first out. I wasn't sure if he threw his hands up and said, I got it, or where is it? Help me. But he took charge on that one as McIntyre peeled off one away. And that'll bring up Bartz. Bart's walked in his last plate appearance. He is 0 for 1. Line and stab by McIntyre, about ankle high. On a well-struck ball, there's 2 down. 2 quick outs. That'll bring up Perry, who started at second, is now pitching.
No, it's now at 6.
At Bart's walk.
Pitcher number 1, pitcher number 22, Adam Perry.
Perry to the plate. The walk to Bart's did force in a row. Bases loaded, walk in the third. Fly ball to right, hit well, but Suko has it measured towards the line and makes the catch. And boy, that's a nice and tidy inning for Roach. 7 pitches and 3 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning, and just what the doctor ordered. 3 up and 3 down as Excelsior down in the bottom of the 5th. We are through 5, 13-6 in favor of Lincoln. The Carpet Land Rugs. We're back here in just a moment.
Hi, this is Mike from Magnitude Sports. I'd like you to do me a favor if you would. Subscribe to this channel right here, Dakota Fins and Feathers Outdoors. The channel is owned by a family I've known for over 2 decades and features some sports stars from previous Magnitude Sports broadcasts. So if you're the type of guy that likes fishing, hunting, dogs, you can get all that and more right here on the Dakota Fins and Feathers YouTube channel. You can also find them on social media, on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. It's educational, it's captivating, it's fun. It's Dakota Fins and Feathers Outdoors. Subscribe today.
Looking for something handmade, unique, and full of personality? Mandy's of FargoND.com features creative gifts, home decor, accessories, and more. All inspired by family, creativity, and made with heart. Browse dozens of handmade creations, request custom colors or designs, and sign up for the newsletter. Visit MandysOfFargoND.com and discover something new today. MandysOfFargoND.com. Handmade, a little weird, totally.
So Carpet Land batted 10 in the 5th, scored 7. And here is Braden Erickson. Told you to get one more at bat. 2 doubles and a home run today. He has brought home 5. He hits to lead off here in the 6th. Ball 1 from Perry. Erickson, Roach, and Anderson scheduled hitters for Lincoln here in the top of the 6th. And the delivery. And it's now 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes the count. They are post 500. Carpet Land, their sponsor, out of Lincoln, Nebraska. Correction of the count, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. That sails outside, 2-1. But Erickson, solo homer in the 1st. 3-run double down the left field line of the 2nd and doubled home another. Doubled home Odalate to start that 7-run uprising in the 5th. It's now 3-1. Again, Rapid City, 11-5 winner. 10 unanswered runs in the 5th and 6th inning to defeat Excelsior. Lincoln eliminated Dubuque County, Iowa 6-0 to start play today here in Mandan. Called strike, and now full count at 3-2 to Erickson. Here's the payoff. That's ball 4. So Erickson on for the 4th time. On a base on balls. Erickson's still young. He's a class of 28, so he'll be a junior this coming year from Lincoln East High School. Well, if he keeps up this trajectory, he will play college baseball somewhere. Here's Roach. And an RBI double in his last at bat. Foul at the plate. Runner was on the move, and it is strike 1. Two hits on the day for Roach. Single and a double. A run scored and a run batted in. We've gotten contributions from a lot of different locations here in this one. 1-1 the count. Set in the 1-1, up high. And it is now 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. We are knocking on the door of the 2-hour mark of this one as we play on here in the top of the 6th. Game was moved up to a 3 o'clock first pitch, was scheduled for 3:30, but decision was made after previous game to move it up to 3, about a half hour. Anderson on deck, now 3-1 is Perry. The second inning of relief. Fly ball right center field. Fernandez hustling, and that one's going to land for a base hit. Bounces away from him. Backing it up is Storts, and Roach has his 3rd hit of the day. So that moves Erickson now to second, 2 on.
Number 21, Cade Anderson.
I'll bring up Cade Anderson, 10 hits now. Roach joins Erickson of the 3-hit club today. Here is Anderson, 0 for 2. Hit by a pitch and scored in his last plate appearance. Hit foul for strike 1, 0-1 the count. Dakota Fins and Feathers, the Rainbow Shop of Bismarck. Buffalo Wild Wings bringing you our tournament coverage here from Mandan, Magnitude Sports, and big thanks to everybody involved with this tournament, Mandan Baseball, for welcoming us out here. Swinging a foul at the plate, 2 strikes. Takes a lot of doing to put a tournament, especially put broadcasts together like this, and kudos to Mike for making this happen. 0-2. Sponsors as well. High fastball swung on and missed. The runners go, and it will be a stolen base as both Erickson and Roach successful on the double steal. Anderson strikes out, and there's one away here in the 6th. Here's Cott. Lincoln going to have a runner. Brendan Greesh will run as he'll be the courtesy runner for the pitcher Roach at second base. Here's Cott, singled his last at bat. He is 1 for 3.
Number 9 is running for the catcher at 3rd.
I also have
They just did it. Yeah.
Reed Mavis is running at third base. Mavis. And at third, so they have 2 runners in there as Cott to the plate. Ball 1. I'm sure Lincoln thinking, might be thinking, why are they double stealing up 7? Well, you can see the run rule. It's not close to the mirror, but you can see it. Popped up here. Shortstop Carr backpedaling and cannot make a play on it. Run will try and score. The throw to the plate is not in time. Throw back to second base, and that runner is safe. Ball gets away, but Greesh will stay put. Mavis scores. Through all that, a run is in. And it's now 14-6. Give Cott a single. As Carr, the shortstop, was playing in with the infield in, had to come back. It looked like he had it measured. He ran range back, and the ball actually dropped at his feet. I want to say he overran it, but I think for now it's a single. And a run batted in for Cott. Runners go, pitches a ball, throw to third is not in time. It's exactly what they're thinking here. Ball 1 to Lund. They're thinking the run rule is very close, and if you could shave off an inning, especially you're the team that has to try and potentially win 2 tomorrow, even 1 inning would help. Strike, and it's 1-1. Well, as a single to walk, he scored a pair of runs. The infield is back in again here for Excelsior. Here's Perry's pitch. 2-1. Play Lund to pull. Lund has a couple of runs scored today. There's only 2 runs scored in the tournament. It's now 3 balls, 1 strike. Sutko on deck. 5th batter of the inning. They hit 10, scoring 7 to stamp what was a 6-6 tie. They've not trailed today of the Rugs. Little tapper back to the mound as Perry fields and gets you out at first. The runners stay put. 2 down. Two-way, Sam Sutko to the plate. Sutko sacrifice fly to left. They had 2 sac flies in that 7-run 5th inning from Sutko and also Larson. He's 0 for 2 today. That was his first run batted in of the Central Plains. Shows bunt. He is going to bunt up the third base line. They shovel pass to the plate. Not in time. 1 run scores. A 2nd run heading for the plate. And Cott comes in as well. 2 runs in on the bunt from Sutko. Instead of trying to get it out at first, potentially the 3rd out, trying to shovel pass to the plate. Okay, fielder's choice, error 1. That allows 2 runs to score to make it now 16-6. You got a runner at first now with 2 down. And that'll bring up McIntyre. Runner from first got a good jump and is off and steals 2nd, ball 1 to McIntyre. Fielder's choice, error 1. 1 run batted in?
1 run batted in, single.
Yep. And, okay, it's a base hit on that. So, ends up being a bunt single. 2nd run scores in the air. The delivery. Runner heads for 3rd and down to 3rd and safe there. Check on the pitch. It's 2-0 to McIntyre. Or is it 1-1? That last pitch was a strike, correction. So it is a 1 ball, 1 strike count. So the runner at 3rd. So 3 in here for the Rugs. So on that bunt, Sutko single, RBI. The 1st run scoring on the bunt single. The 2nd on the error charge to the pitcher, Perry. 2-1 the count here to Brody McIntyre. Singled in the 5th. He has scored 3 runs here in this game. He has scored 7 here in the Central Plains. Hits one hard and foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two. Swing and a miss. There's a strikeout. And that ends the inning. So McIntyre down on strikes, but Lincoln adds 3 more here in the inning as they score 3 times. Get to the line score and we return. Leads now 10. They might have a chance to finish this up here at the bottom of the 6th. We'll see what happens as Excelsior coming to bat here down 10. Needs 1 to keep
night out, visit one of Mandan Baseball's charitable gaming locations. Every time you play and every charitable gaming dollar raised helps fund the future of Mandan's 6 baseball teams. From our younger Mavericks, Braves, Veterans, and 78s to our Legion teams, the A's and the Chiefs. Your support helps provide equipment, improve facilities, and create opportunities for local athletes to succeed. Have fun, play responsibly, and thank you for helping keep Mandan Baseball strong.
American Legion Baseball. A winning tradition since 1925. Thousands of young athletes have participated, and countless lives have been changed.
And that was the fun part of summer ball and Legion was we just played. At that stage, I think everything's so pure. You're just wanting to play ball. I would 100% recommend it.
Legion Baseball is one of many programs of the American Legion, supporting our children, our military, and their families. Find out more about how we continue to serve America.
3 runs in that top of the 6th. There were 3 hits in the inning and an error as well, as 16 runs, 12 hits, and an error for Lincoln. Carpetland Rugs, Excelsior 6 runs, 3 hits, and 2 errors. So Excelsior will need to get one across to get us to the 7th inning. Tenuto will lead things off as we go to the last of the 6th. All the way, strike 1. The delivery, dribbled foul and 2 strikes. Tenuto singled, scored in the 2nd, hit by a pitch. The base is loaded, that forced in a run in the 3rd. High hopper out towards 2nd. Larson right around the bag, leaping to make that play, and a strike on to 1st, and there's 1 down. 1 away, that'll bring up Fernandez. Sacrifice fly to left in the 3rd. He is 0 for 1 officially. He's knocked in a pair of runs. He homered in the 5th inning against Rapid City earlier. Look out. Buzz the tower, and it's 1-0. Well, Roach, 7 pitches to get 3 outs last inning. 2-0 the count. 10 outs to get 4, and needs to try and get 2 more without a run scoring and be out of the championship for Lincoln. Strike makes it 2-1 with Brophy on deck. And in his hands, a little dribbler down the 3rd base line and foul. And that'll level the count at 2. Lincoln, 3 in the 1st, 3 in the 2nd, 7 in the 5th, and 3 in the 6th. So 10 unanswered. Well, we saw 10 unanswered from Rapid City in the game prior. Excelsior 1 in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd, 3 in the 3rd, but they've seen what's happened in the 5th and the 6th, and they've seen this horror movie before, and it wasn't any better this time around. 3-2. Coach is coming out here and having a word with first base umpire Eric Guler. Is he out there with the lineup? He's got the lineup card there as well. Looking to see if there's something there, but Randy Stortz, the head coach, is out, and he looks like he has the lineup card out. Is it it might be a pitch count question, perhaps? Yeah, I don't think Roach had pitched. I don't think he had pitched at all coming into this one. Here's the payoff. And it's ball 4 to Fernandez. So Fernandez with 1 out base on balls, and that'll bring up Joe Brophy. I don't think this is done yet. So Coach, I believe that's Coach Stortz that is out there for Excelsior. Looks like he's got, I don't know if it's the lineup card, it might be the pitch count chart perhaps to see. I don't believe that Roach had thrown at all here for Lincoln in this tournament. I don't know what else the question would be in this case. So all of a sudden, here with 1 out in the 6th and seeing their season 2 outs away from elimination. I don't know if it would be something that I don't know if it would be, they could protest. And again, we don't know what the what the question is, but the umpires are looking up here to the press box. Paul Iverson is the director of this tournament, and must be something here that Excelsior caught, and they are going to, like I said, the Paul Iverson, the director, is coming out here, and of course the Lincoln coaches are keeping an eye on this, watching this with a lot of interest as well. Tell you what, we're going to take a break. Let's see if we can kind of get an answer to what exactly the situation is. But Excelsior caught something. I don't know if it's a pitch count issue or something, but they've caught something. They've brought the umpires involved, and we'll see if we have ourselves a resolution on this. 16-6.
The North Dakota State Railroad Museum in Mandan is a must-see for any and everyone who likes trains. From the historic steel house, classic rail cars, and the Northern Pacific Hall of Fame, the North Dakota State Railroad Museum is the grown-up version of your childhood train set. It is open June 1st through August 31st from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. with limited access during other hours of the day. A free will donation is accepted for admission at 3102 37th Street Northwest, Mandan.
Bounces on the warning track. Coming home is Hudson Sheldon, also from second, Ty Weiler. And that is a fly ball to center field. It's going to drop. He's going to have to make the throw quickly. Rounding third is Peyton Coffey, and they will not be in time. And the Mandan Chiefs walk off the Stars in the bottom of the 10th inning. That one hit up high and deep, and it might have the distance. And that one is caught at the fence. Holy cow. Wow, what a catch by Peyton Coffey. I thought for sure that was a two-run homer.
Curveball chopped out to second. This may do it. McIntyre sets on to first, and it's on to Shelby for Lincoln East.
Popped up. Can Oliver Luck send them to Shelby? They can! The Post 400 Stars will continue their season in North Carolina, and they will compete in the American Legion World Series.
The best teams, the biggest moments. Every game of the 2026 Central Plains Regional is live on Magnitude Sports. Here's 3 ways you can support Magnitude Sports. First, like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. It's 100% free. Second, individuals and families can choose one of 3 month-to-month YouTube memberships. Finally, businesses can choose one of 2 online YouTube sponsorships or contact us for more options. To learn more, click the Join button or give us a call at the number on your screen. Thanks for watching Magnitude Sports.
We don't have a resolution. I don't think it's with Roach, the current pitcher, but it might be one of the previous guys for Carpetland for Lincoln that they might have had too many appearances. I don't think they're above the pitch count, but you can only have so many appearances in so many days depending on how many pitches you've thrown. And I don't know if this is something that Excelsior caught earlier or they're kind of wait, or maybe they caught it now. There might be but they brought that out. A couple of batters in here in the 6th inning, and I'm guessing it might be maybe too many appearances for one of their pitchers. They've gone through, this is their 5th pitcher out there in Roach. They've gone with Irons, Christensen, Makovica, and Anderson as far as pitch count goes. But it might be one of the previous guys. I'm guessing it's got to be, as one of our chatters says, I see charts, so I'm assuming a pitch count dispute. Yes, I think that is it. It probably might be total appearances compared to pitch count as well. The official scores down there. The home plate umpires obviously are in on this. Now the Lincoln coaching staff in as well. And again, they are bringing all the players out the infield. They're telling everybody get off the field. So this could be a severe plot twist. So 1 out in the bottom of the 6th inning. Paul Iverson, the tournament director, is up here, and he is going through the rule book as well to make sure whatever the question was, and a pitch count or an appearance question brought up here by the Excelsior coaching staff. And official scores down there. A couple of the tournament directors down there as well with the umpires. And Paul Iverson is looks like he's got the rule book with him. So we'll see if we can come up with a resolution on this, but right now hold the phone. There was exactly right. There was an issue in the state tournament last year with one of the teams with pitcher appearances as well. 2 appearances in 3 days. And I know, let's say if there's multiple games, the pitch count is total for both appearances. So that's another thing to keep in mind. We saw that earlier with one of the Lincoln pitchers as well. That was Abe Christensen. I don't think that's the issue. It might be total appearances. So we will see on that. But the field has been cleared till they come up with some finality and a resolution on this. So right now, bottom of the 6th, Lincoln leads Excelsior 16-6. There's a runner at first and 1 out. And we've got ourselves a situation, something to do with pitch count. Mike, it's got to be appearances. It's got to be appearances for one of the Lincoln pitchers in this tournament. So, again, we're on pause here for the moment. We will take another break, and we will come back. So, as they are summoning the Excelsior coach over, and both these coaches to see what we've got going on. So,
Magnitude Sports. I'd like you to do me a favor if you would. Subscribe to this channel right here, Dakota Fins and Feathers Outdoors. The channel is owned by a family I've known for over 2 decades and features some sports stars from previous Magnitude Sports broadcasts. So if you're the type of guy that likes fishing, hunting, dogs, you can get all that and more right here on the Dakota Fins and Feathers YouTube channel. You can also find them on social media, on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. It's educational, it's captivating, it's fun. It's Dakota Fins and Feathers Outdoors. Subscribe today.
Looking for something handmade, unique, and full of personality? Mandy's of FargoND.com features creative gifts, home decor, accessories, and more. All inspired by family, creativity, and made with heart. Browse dozens of handmade creations, request custom colors or designs, and sign up for the newsletter. Visit mandysoffargoND.com and discover something new today. mandysoffargoND.com. Handmade, a little weird, totally wonderful.
I'm Dakota Boehm, and I'm the manager at ID Chrysler Collision. Our team at ID Chrysler Collision, we're small, but we're like a family. So how does having a family-like atmosphere at work help get the customer's car back on the road? We do a lot of stuff out of work. We do stuff at work. We all get along. It's like a little family for us. I just feel like if you're happy at work and you want to come to work, you're going to deliver a better product.
Sometimes, all you need to change your life is a sign. A sign that says, Hank, this is the place you've been looking for. And sometimes that sign is an actual sign that's mounted to a building. 1 second, I'm looking at a sign. I know what you're thinking, and no, I don't love B-dubs just because I'm a buffalo with wings. Frankly, that's offensive and reductionist.
Well, the plot thickens as tournament officials, coaches on both sides are out. And again, we haven't gotten a full explanation. It's something to do with your pitch count or maybe appearances by one of the Lincoln pitchers. Let's say once we get a resolution and we get people back to the press box, we'll have an answer. But it's something on the Lincoln side, of the Carpetland Rug side, that that apparently is the issue. So 16-6 your score. So again, we don't have a definitive answer at this point, but they have cleared the field. They've told the players, they told Lincoln's players to leave the field. So once we get to this point, okay, once we get to a resolution on this, I'm kind of agreeing. And so one of the texters here in the chat says, Christensen and Makovica's second appearance of the tourney, neither of them went over 30 in the previous appearance. So I don't think that's it. That's what I'm wondering too. I'm wondering what the question or what the what's in question here. So I believe those are the only two that have gone multiple appearances. Yeah, Makovica pitched yesterday, and he was under, I think he was 28 pitches, I believe it was, when the day started. I don't think that's it. The only other one would be Abe Christensen, who pitched twice today. But he was, I think, well in line as part of appearances and pitches and all that. I'm trying to think what else it could be. Well, this delay is several minutes in now. And once you get a resolution with that, then how's the game go along here in this case? So it's almost like a two-part question. But it has drawn the tournament director out. The official scores, and Paul Iverson, the tournament director, was out of the field. He has left. I'm guessing he's coming back this way. Hopefully towards the press box, and hope we can get some kind of answer and resolution on this. But as it stands right now, it is 16-6. Lincoln, Carpet Land Rugs post 500. Lincoln post 500 leading. They broke a 6-all tie with 7 runs in the top of the 5th inning. And then 3 here in the 6th to bring the 10-run rule into play. As it stands right now, we have a runner at first and 1 out as Tenuzo grounded to short to start things, and then Fernandez walked as the Excelsior coaching staff came out before Fernandez's at bat, and then they came out again with Joe Brophy at the plate. So, and that's when the delay really went into full effect. This has been several minutes here now. See Paul Iverson back onto the into the middle of the conversation here. And they've gone. Irons went an inning and a third to get things started here for Lincoln East, and Christensen 2/3 of an inning. Pitched to a couple of batters. In the third. Makovica 2/3. And had an inning and a third out of Anderson. Well, whatever it was has been resolved. Lincoln is back onto the field. And Excelsior, I think, whatever protest they had, I don't think they won. So there we go. So 2 outs left to get here for Lincoln. I forgot to time and see how long that delay was. It seemed a lot longer than it was, but whatever it was appears to have been resolved. So 2 outs left to get. Joe Brophy at the plate. Yes, there is still 1 out. That part has not changed. It is still 16-6. We're still here. Was the question what? So I don't know what the question was, if it was appearances or what it was. I think we'll get an answer here once the official score comes back. But this does happen in especially Legion baseball. There seems to be little insaves, and kudos to coaches for knowing the rules, paying attention, because sometimes things like this happen, but apparently the question by Excelsior, and again, if it was pitch count, appearances, whatever it was, has been resolved. Brophy to the plate. So Brophy 0 for 1 with a walk. And again, we hope to have a resolution to this. Fly ball to right field as Sutko makes the catch for out number 2. There's 2 down. So Brophy retired. 2 down to the 6th, and that'll bring up Storts. He tripled on a fly ball to deep center that Odolade lost in the sun, was out trying to stretch it into an inside the park homer. He popped his second of the 4th, and it's a strike here, 0-1. So 0-1. And again, with the 10-run rule in play, foul tip held in 2 strikes. So 0-2, and Lincoln is now 1 strike away from getting a chance to defend their Central Plains title. Just off the plate, 1-2. 1-2 the count. And again, we might just wait till this one's over and try to get an explanation on what the kerfuffle was all about. Off the plate, 2-2. Set in the pitch. Half swing. Did he go? It is strike 3. Runner heads to first. That's it. That's your ball game. That's it. And Lincoln East, Carpetland Rugs are back in the Central Plains regional title. They will need to win 2 over Rapid City tomorrow. 1 left out in the 5th. That does it. As in 6, final score. A 16-6 win for the Carpetland Rugs. They're in the championship against Rapid City tomorrow. We will try to put some order to
Magnitude Sports recognizes and thanks the following sponsors for supporting live coverage of the 2026 Central Plains Regional Legion Baseball Tournament. MandanBaseball.org, Mandy's of FargoND.com, North Dakota State Railroad Museum, The Rainbow Shop, a Parable Christian store. Thank you, sponsors. Magnitude Sports recognizes and thanks the following sponsors for supporting live coverage of the 2026 Central Plains Regional Legion Baseball Tournament. Buffalo Wild Wings, Dakota Fins and Feathers, Northview Church of Fargo, ID Chrysler and Collision Center. Thank you, sponsors.
Bounces on the warning track. Coming home is Hudson Sheldon, also from second, Ty Weiler. And that is a fly ball to center field. It's going to drop. He's going to have to make the throw quickly. Rounding third is Peyton Coppy, and it will not be in time. And the Mandan Chiefs walk off the Stars in the bottom of the 10th inning. That one hit up high and deep, and it might have the distance. And that one is caught at the fence. Holy cow. Wow, what a catch by Peyton Coppy. I thought for sure that was a 2-run homer.
$16 runs, actually 12 hits, 16, 12, and 1 for Carpetland. 6 runs, 3 hits, pair of errors for Post 259 out of Excelsior, Minnesota. And the question was, it was with one of the Lincoln pitchers' total appearances, and it was kind of 2-part. One, the question and kind of the interpretation of the rule involved with that. So that's what was brought up by Excelsior, and I guess kind of a last-ditch effort of this situation, but it was whatever their question was, whatever their kind of the appeal was. Lincoln was all good with what they had with their with the appearances, with pitch count, things like that. But it was an issue as far as total appearances within a certain time frame, and everything was good there. So that was the situation, but it led to a lengthy delay, and you have Lincoln East and Rapid City, as we mentioned, very familiar with one another. They have met a couple of times during the regular season, and they will meet tomorrow in Rapid City in the driver's seat. Rapid City wins that championship at 11 tomorrow. Starting at 11 tomorrow, they are headed to the Central Plains Regional. Meantime, for the Carpetland Rugs out of Lincoln, Nebraska, they would need to win them both tomorrow. They need to win the first one, which would lead to a second winner-take-all championship situation. So, but the last two teams remaining, two pretty good ones, two pretty blue blood programs with Lincoln East, the Carpetland Rugs, and Rapid City of the Hard Hats post 22. 16 runs, 12 hits, and an error for Lincoln East. Excelsior 6 runs, 3 hits, and 2 errors. As check and see who the winning pitcher. They went with 5 different relievers. We can tell you the loser was Joe Brophy. 4+ innings pitched to handful of batters without retiring one in the 5th. Gave up 9 hits and 11 runs. Struck out 3. Also hit 4 batters. And he was followed by Adam Perry. Adam Perry, 2 innings, 2 hits, 5 runs, walked 3, and struck out 2. A lot of hitting heroes for Lincoln East. Go with the pitchers first, as Fisher Iron started, winning any inning in a third, gave up 2 hits and a couple of runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Then it was Abe Christensen, 2/3 of an inning, charged with 3 runs, 1 hit, 2 walks. Up next was Jackson Makovica, struggled with command, 2/3 of an inning, didn't give up a hit, walked 2, hit 1, and 1 earned run. Inning and a third out of Cade Anderson, retired all 4 batters he faced, and then after that was Trevor Roach. 2 scoreless innings, gave up a walk and a run. So I'm guessing either Anderson or Roach will be the winner. Here is just totaling things up, as it was a 6-6 tie before Lincoln East scored 7 times in the 5th. But let's rewind back a little further. Lincoln got 3 runs, used the long ball in the first inning. Kalai Larson, a 2-run homer in the top of the first inning with Brody McIntyre on board, made it a 2-0 game. 2 batters later, Braden Erickson, what a game he had, with 3 extra base hits and 5 runs batted in, hit a solo shot to make it a 3-0 game. Excelsior got a run back in the first as Stortz reached on an error, charged to Cott at first base, drop throw at first. Mustard with a walk, and 2 batters later, Nolan Carr with a base hit scored Stortz to make it 3-1. They did throw out Mustard at third base, so it was just 1 run, 3-1 after 1 inning of play. Lincoln East added 3 in the second, a 3-run bases clearing 2-out double from Erickson, made it a 6-1 game. So it was 6-1. They got 2 back to Excelsior in the second. With 2 out and 2 on, Carter Stortz hit a fly ball to deep center that Odolate was struggling with, lost it in the sun. The ball dropped in deep center field. It scored a pair of runs, and then Stortz, trying to circle the bases, got thrown out of the plate for the 3rd out. That made it a 6-3 game. 3 runs in the bottom of the 3rd tied it for Excelsior. They did so without a hit in the inning. Nolan Bartz at a bases loaded walk. Tenuzo was hit by a pitch with the bases full 2 batters later, and then Alex Fernandez, a sacrifice fly, tied the game up at 6 apiece. 7 in the 5th for Lincoln East. They batted 10 in the inning. It started with Odolate getting hit by a pitch. He scored on Braden Erickson's double to make it 7-6. Trevor Roach traded places with him with a double into right center field. That made it an 8-6 game. Hudson Cott an RBI single. There were 2 sacrifice flies in the inning as well. 1 from Sutko, 1 from Larson. In all, they scored 7 times. That made it a 13-6 game. They added 3 more in the 6th inning. Hudson Cott and had an RBI single, and then a bunt by Sutko with runners at second and third and 2 out in a 14-6 game. He pushed a bunt back towards the mound. Actually, it was kind of more towards the third base line. The flip to the plate was late, and the ball got away from the catcher's Schrupp. It was credited as a bunt single and then an error. One run batted in, second run scoring on the error. That got it to 16-6, and then in the bottom of the sixth inning, we had the lengthy delay due to the question about total appearances or appearances by one of the Lincoln pitchers, as that was brought up by the Excelsior coaching staff, led to a lengthy delay, and eventually it was ruled that the Lincoln pitcher was in good shape appearance-wise, and it was really more so like a two-part question, kind of the interpretation of the rule that that led to the question and then the lengthy debate before we got ourselves a resolution. It was basically the final answer was Lincoln was fine with what they did, pitch count, appearances-wise, everything else, and a scoreless 6 for Roach. And that brings Lincoln East into the championship game tomorrow, needing to beat Rapid City twice. So championship game here tomorrow in Mandan, here at the Veterans Memorial Ballpark in BNC National Bank Field. 11 a.m. it'll be. Rapid City, the Hard Hats winning 11-5 earlier over Excelsior. And Lincoln East avenging their loss, winning twice today as they blanked Dubuque County, Iowa 6-0 earlier, and then a 16-6 win to eliminate Excelsior. It'll be Rapid City and Carpet Land, Lincoln, post 500. That'll be at 11 a.m. tomorrow. And again, if Rapid City wins, all you got to do is win one. And if they take care of things in game one, that'll be the tournament. If not, second championship game would follow. So that'll do it here from BNC National Bank Field, Veterans Memorial Ballpark here in Mandan. One final day of the Central Plains Regional starts at 11 a.m. Central Time tomorrow morning.
Thanks for watching.
Have a great
The proceeding has been a presentation of Magnitude Sports. Follow Magnitude TV Plus on X and Instagram for broadcast updates, sports highlights, and much more. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and become a member by clicking join to help support future broadcasts. Remember, whether you're on the field, in the stands, or online, good sportsmanship makes a difference. That's one way you can serve, stand, and score.